Well, I've run up those stairs to join you once again, John. Lovely venue though it is, quite extensive. I've found that to my cost with those stairs over the last couple of matches. It's a long journey back down to the stage. But I'm pretty keen to discuss this particular match with you. Looking forward to it. And we've been talking today about the long list of British Open champions. We are, of course, going to see a new one crowned in the men's competition.
140!
Four players left in. It's remarkable the amount of different winners we've had of this competition.
140!
Yes, I think it says a lot about the competition. It is so difficult to win. And I was saying earlier to Alan Norris that I remember in the 80s when Cliff Lazarenko won it, and the likes of John Lowe, Eric Bristow.
130!
Jockey Wilson won in 82, the year he won the world title, beating Eric in the final. And they used to have 1,200 entries at the Rainbow
177!
Chelsea that time.
Scott, you require 32.
Brilliant. And the players themselves reckoned it was the hardest tournament to win. I think that's borne out as Mitchell takes the opening leg. I think that's borne out in the stats that you mentioned. So many different winners.
Brilliant leg there from the two of them. Robson with a 177 to leave double 12, but Mitchell tied it up. Yeah, in the last 30 years, only one man has managed to win this title more than once, Martin Adams.
Yes.
We've mentioned those multiple winners in the early years. John Lowe, Eric Bristow, Cliff Lazarenko.
85!
But since that last win of Lazarenko in 84, 29 different winners in the 30 years. It's remarkable.
140!
Yes, and well, two good friends of mine. I know one of them is a very good friend of yours too. Don't know how well you know Steve Cusick, I'm sure you do. But it's exactly, well, it's 27 years since Bob Anderson won this title, beating Steve Cusick in the final.
Yeah, I know Steve very well.
Good, and I've no doubt they're probably watching right now.
Yeah, I entertained him on the karaoke just last night.
Oh, well, there you are. Would you believe it? Small world.
Not from where I'm standing, John.
You got a sitting ovation.
100! Gary, you require 121.
Well, some familiar faces in the audience, and one up here in Gary Robson. Doesn't need to check out, so sensibly just sets up. 44 left.
89!
Yeah, I agree. Very sensibly pragmatic. He knows that it's not about your average, it's more about just winning the leg. And he's going to win it in 13 darts if he gets this double 16. But Mitchell finding the 180 just at the right time. If he is going to get back into this leg, if he is let in, that's a very unconvincing first dart, but he got it right in the end.
Yeah, that makes the second dart all the more impressive after that first hit.
Doesn't it just? Yes. Yes, yes.
100!
Excellent standard.
Yeah, and the other player on both occasions was right on their tail, so a terrific match in progress right now.
You just knew that third one was going in, didn't you? You just knew. Already quality here, a 177 and a 180 from Robson, a 180 from Mitchell. We're only in the third leg. We're not only at the start of it, basically.
100!
Last year, Scott Mitchell lost out in a deciding leg in the semi-finals on this very stage to the eventual winner, Gary Thompson, in a terrific match. He's going to hope lightning doesn't strike twice and that he can make it through to the final on this occasion.
.44 from Dorset. Plays his darts, he tells me, at the Bransgore. Oh, he comes from Bransgore, on the edge of the New Forest. Plays his darts, he tells me. I have been there to Litchett. Litchett's in the Litchett Super League, West Moors Club. Of course, he plays his county darts for Dorset, unsurprisingly.
136.
Mitchell. Robson from the northeast, Cramlington, just north of Newcastle upon Tyne, a few miles out of the city itself. And but giving us a really good game here, giving us a really good semi-final.
Yeah, Robson on an 11 dart finish. Well, 20 and bull, but no, he's taken a little bit of a gamble here. Mitchell is back on 141, but it is possible. He could have gone 20 and bull, but decided.
Scott, you require 141.
They know what's happened. Yeah. Mitchell knows that Robson is saying, I don't think you can get 141. And
he was right.
I think had Mitchell done so, absolutely, Richard, you're one of these commentators that really retrospectively is one of the best in the world.
Absolutely. Why do you think I referee? I call the score after it's been hit.
But seriously, it was a good calculation by Robson. He's polished the leg off. He's now 2 legs to 1 up, and he's got a break and throw to boot.
Another 14 dart leg.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
that's
world-class darts in this men's semi-final. All joking aside, it is a gamble that you do see a lot of players do. The opponent on a 3-dart checkout where they need 2 big trebles. Just hedging your bets a bit that they're not going to hit the big finish, and instead of going for a bull and risking leaving 25, they opt to hit the big singles to leave a double.
And they'd be the first to say, if that player then went and took that big finish out, they'd be the first to say, well done, you know, I took the gamble, it didn't pay off, and good luck to you.
22.
Oh dear, 22, dinky-do, playing bingo.
Yep, just saw a shot there of our referee. Shot of our referee, Rab Butler. He's the big duck on stage. And I did mention just in the break there, great to have him back, John. He's not been in the best of health in 2014, and he is looking fighting fit. BDO events aren't the same without Rab Butler. He's one of our main men on the control desk, players marshal, and of course a stage referee as well. A big part of the BDO team. And I say on behalf of our fellow referees and all the BDO officials, great to have Rab Butler. And is he going to give us a 180 here?
140.
Just the 140. Good to see you, Rab.
Gary Robson, very talented player, but 47 years of age now, and probably, if you look at his career overall, hasn't achieved as much as maybe people assumed he would.
140.
Good done 40 there from the Dorset man.
Absolutely, the camera was close in the treble 20. I assure you, Scott Mitchell's eyes were firmly on the big single to leave top. Well, we've seen 3 14 dart legs. This for a 13. So is the trend going to continue? Double 10. Oh, and that could be a big miss. It was his opportunity to break back in this match. Robson can hold throw with a steal. Treble 20 for double 14.
I think the bull will be involved here. No, it won't. Double 14. Double 7. Oh, well,
81.
The double 14 was the one that was wretched. It was so far away from what is a pretty popular and easily accessible double, really, compared with some of the others, certainly compared with double 7. Double 5, you can see he's going forward. This brilliant leg of darts has suddenly become very ordinary because of double trouble.
It's a double 2, double 1, it's a whole throw.
No score.
You always get these legs that you both know. It almost seems like you're going to get 2 legs for the price of 1 if you win a scrappy leg like this. Double 5. 1 for double 2. We've seen Robson have a go at this one.
8.
Yeah, well, I can understand him looking like that. That attempt at double 2, he was far too distant away from him. No, he went for single 3 and missed into double 7, into single 17. So back comes Mitchell for double 1. But this game, you remember, he wanted a dart for a 13 darter. And we all thought he was going to get it. That's worth, I don't know how many. 2, but many, many more in a different sense. So 2 legs all. That was so Important for Mitchell to get the break.
Throw first.
And in fairness, if you think that his 13th dart was at a double, perhaps he just about deserves it.
Yes, absolutely. But if he had have gone out in those 13 darts, Gary Robson wouldn't have thought much of it in terms of his own game. Instead, he's had opportunities and missed, and the mindset is now different going into this 5th leg.
Good point, very good point.
See how he comes out.
Very good point, that, Richard.
80.
Yes, so much of this game is in the mind, as indeed sport in general, isn't it?
$24.
I think that's why we love the game. Whatever expertise you and I can or cannot give any particular match, we're both huge darts fans.
Yes.
And that's what we enjoy to see, is what's going through not only the skills, but it's what's going on in the mind, isn't it?
Indeed.
And I think darts, out of any sport that you watch, this is the sport that gets you into the players' eyes, into everything they're feeling. The spotlight is literally on them. You can see every emotion, everything they're going through up there.
Yes, when you're occupying half the screen every few seconds, you certainly know that you're being noticed. Now then, that's a great first dart from Mitchell. Can he follow it up? Yes, he can. Can he follow it up again?
140.
I think he'd have settled for that before he went to the hockey. He's 85 ahead now, Mitchell. Robson needing to get this break of throw. Making inroads. Oh, great darts from a man from Northumberland.
Yeah, to be fair to Robson, he's back in 14 dart mode, isn't he? But Mitchell, first opportunity. Treble 19 leaves double 12. Brilliant stuff from Scotty Dog. A 101 finish.
Scott Mitchell.
Back in business, a 15 dart leg. After that blip in the previous leg, no messing around with that 101 finish. And Robson was right on his tail.
Yes, it was very like the early legs, wasn't it? We just had that one leg where they couldn't get the double. The scoring in this game has been phenomenal. The finishing has been pretty good, except for one leg. And that's why the averages at 95 and 93 are still impressive. Take that one leg out, and they're well in the hundreds. Giving us a real corker here.
85.
Sometimes just a bit too quick for his own good, I always feel. I thought that was an example of it.
Well, you mentioned a couple of legs ago regarding Gary Robson's career. He's certainly on that list of players for me. So capable. And despite the fact he has won a major title over in Holland back in 2005, the World Darts Trophy, on British soil, we've not seen him perform in the Lakeside World Championships or the Winmore World Masters, as we would expect. Never been past the quarter-finals in either of those particular competitions. So capable, Gary Robson.
60.
He's the reigning England Masters champion. We did see that on Eurosport.
58.
Yes.
So he's no stranger to winning, we know that. Well, is Mitchell thinking here? He's gone straight for the treble 20. He's now on 175. A switch away, maybe to the 25, would have just left him a finish there. So 6 darts, and Robson needs them now on 120. Treble 20.
80.
Well, a good recovery, and he'll be back for double top, because Mitchell, of course, cannot possibly take out 175. So Robson looks likely to be levelling up soon. And
78. Gary, you require 40.
Finishing, apart from that one leg, has been excellent in this game. Generally managed to find the double within 2 or 3 darts. Very disappointed with that. Not the most popular double on the board, double 5, but it's right next to double top, so he knows where it is, picks it off, and 3 legs all. So 3 legs to go maximum. If we go the distance, a lot to play for.
100.
And in the end, it's that throw on the bull that could make the difference. There's that leg, 22 darts, and it could have been a 13 darter.
Yep,
That's the one leg that's let them down, hasn't it?
Absolutely, because in the main the stand has been great.
140.
Robson back in the treble once again. Been scoring freely. Gary Robson looked very comfortable when switching
60.
around the board as well. And Scott, always neat and tidy. Love that about his style. It's just the scoring power. Sometimes I've discussed it with him before.
100.
He's away from reaching the next step.
Yeah.
Turning those tons into 140s, because it's always very neat, efficient. There we go, straight in the treble. Well, there we go, look, nice good dart. There we go, that's better.
Those percentages on the doubles, they don't tell a lie. They're the truth, they're as it is. But what they don't feature is, well, they feature, but what they don't tell us is that there was one leg where they both had a lot of darts to the double. The finishing, what I'm saying is, has been rather better than those stats suggest.
61.
And Robson.
Gary, you require 121.
We saw him not attempt a check out when Mitchell was back before. This time he gets no choice. That one could actually pay off if he can score 80 with the next two darts. That is, of course, if Scotty Dog doesn't take
41.
out 140.
Scott, you require 140.
Very capable, 2 treble 20s, double 10, and maybe he has to, because Robson on 80, you've got to fancy he'll have at least one dart at tops. That's a poor visit. Scotty knows it. His expression says it all.
45.
So, is this
Gary,
it? Treble 20,
80.
double 10. 20, 20 tops. Now, big 20 again. Tops he wants for a 4-3 lead.
40.
Oh, so far over halfway to the moon. And
Scott, you require
that's given Mitchell a chance now. He'll go the bull route here. He won't go treble 19, double 19 as suggested there. He'll go the bull route. Now that leaves 70. Treble 20, double 5. Yes, double 5 he wants. Oh,
90.
unlucky. Just a little too far south. That would have been a terrific finish, and had he hit the single 20, he'd have gone for bull.
Yeah.
That's why he chose that route.
And we saw a brilliant 101 previously. That would have been just as good, but Gary Robson steps in once again for a break of throw at a key time. Takes the 7th leg. Lucky from his point of view that he got the second opportunity, and now throws for a place in the British Open final.
39.
Well, that's music to Mitchell's ears. That's absolute music to Mitchell's ears. Only 39 scored. He scored more when he went for double top a moment ago with one dart. And Mitchell is responding beautifully. If he can get another treble,
100.
well, 61 lead. He'd have settled for that before the leg started, I think. But he perhaps ought to have been further in front. Robson struggling here at the beginning of this vital leg. Good last start, though.
Yep, Scott Mitchell certainly looking the part. Almost as much bling as Bobby George, hasn't he, on that shirt? Plenty of sequins. Incidentally, they do have the same shirt maker.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
So, right.
It looks like Scotty Dog is
That'll
getting
explain a lot then.
Exactly. Yep, Sally and Sharon, the ladies that make those shirts. Scotty Dog certainly showing he's got the fashion sense of Mr. George. I'm sure Bobby's watching. Back home, his son Richie was in action earlier. And Mitchell, that's a Bobby Dazzler of a shot from Scott Mitchell. Absolutely brilliant timing. A 180 to move himself effectively 100 points ahead in this vital 8th leg.
Yes, it most certainly was, Richard, a brilliantly timed maximum. Of course, they want it a maximum every time they go, but when it comes at a moment like this, it really does make a difference. To stay in the contest, he's got to win this leg, and then he's throwing first in the decider should he do so. And now he needs 80 with Robson back on 220. How a big score for Robson matters now. Another one of those. Unlucky, so 120 plays 80. Mitchell would love to do a 14-darter here. He's got 20. Oh, a superb 14-darter. And what a great leg of darts. He hit the 180. He polished off the 80 in 2 and earned the right to come from behind with throw now and make his way into the semis. Still work to do, Richard, but what an effort from Scotty Mitchell.
Well, at risk of making one of those hindsight comments, this match had 4-4 written all over it, didn't it, John?
Landscape
81.
gardener he is. Well, he's very capable. Whether he's capability Mitch, I suppose they might say. Crowd are enjoying it, aren't they?
140.
Here on the East Yorkshire coast. Sea bashing into the wall behind me, just outside the window.
95.
Mitchell now having to reply to a Robson 140. Oh, this is a good leg from Robson. The Northumbrian kicks off with a 140, follows it up with a 125. Pressure on Mitchell again. We know he can respond to it. He just has, with a brilliant leg, a 14 darter. But now he
60.
could do with another 180. He's going to have to get one or something similar to it.
Well, you mentioned the waves crashing against the spar here in Bridlington, and this match has certainly gone in waves as far as
60.
the scoring's been concerned. They've had a hot patch, cold patch, and that seems to be how it's gone. Mitchell so far hasn't found the big scores in this leg. It's been Robson doing the scoring until that last visit. He's desperate for a treble,
100.
can't leave a finish, doesn't matter. He needed that treble 20 to secure himself at least a chance, if he returns, of setting up something decent to take this deciding leg.
That's right, it's a case of get as many as you can now.
100.
And whether you're on a finish or not matters not, because Robson is now on a finish. Mitchell, with a big score here, can pressurise it. It's still not certain which direction this game is going to go. He went for treble 15, got the treble 10. That's a consolation prize because he's on 55. But is he going to get a shot at it? 76, 75. He's got to go 25 pull. He wants the bull here. It'll be a remarkable
51.
shot. The first shot was so careless because he should have had a shot at a double. 2016 tops would have done him. But now Mitchell, who's really fought back to get not only in this leg but the previous one, wants tops for a place in the final. South of that, and he's there.
35.
Oh, too far down, so it's Robson's turn. Oh, Richard, this is absolutely gripping stuff now.
And at shades of 12 months ago on this very stage, Scott Mitchell narrowly missing out in the deciding leg, but now it's Robson, the nerves are showing. He went for 9, hit a 12, now needs double 4.
18.
Yeah, nerves definitely are showing, because that dart at double 4 was thrown with a very nervous arm. Now then, Mitchell wants 20 for a place in the British Open final. He'll meet either Robson in the semi-finals, is beaten by Scott Mitchell.